Some of the questions, because you're a labor correspondent, you know the answer. ASUU went on a strike by 14th of February, which people call Valentine's Day, Lover's Day. By 21st, I've cut short my trip to an African session now conference holding in Botswana to come back. And we held a conciliation meeting on the 21st of February with their employers, the Ministry of Education and the National Universities Commission. When the issues bordered on money, remunerations, welfare, we did another conciliation meeting inviting Ministry of Finance, Budget Office of the Federation, National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, and again with their employers on the 1st of March. After that, it became clear that two cardinal things were sticking out like sore thumb. The issue of renegotiation of their package, welfare package, as in the 2009 agreement. That agreement says you can review every 5 years. So that issue stuck out like a sore thumb. Then another issue arose that is not in that agreement on the payment platform of University Transparency Accounting Solution, which they say they have invented. They say they don't want to be on IPs, that IPs was amputating their salaries and taking off certain allowances, and so that it is not capturing their peculiarities. So, two agencies are involved. The employer, direct employer, and the University Council on one side, salaries, incomes and wages, and finance, because the remuneration, the welfare package you are talking about involves more fund. That's on the side of government. Two big agencies or broad agencies are involved. There is also on the payment platform, Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, and their parastatal, the NIDA, Information Technology Development Agency, which approves every new portal or any digital appliance or platform we want to use in Nigeria now, especially in public service. So NIDA was undertaken to look at that platform and see if that platform can be useful and beneficial to government. No employee or worker can dictate to his employer how he or she will be paid. It's in the ILO principles at work. But government gave this privilege in consonant with Executive Order 3 and 5 for local content development. And I support it. So NIDA on their own was doing their test. And when NIDA gave their preliminary results, they said acceptance, user acceptance was the one that had a pass. But that the whole thing is a total package of vulnerability and stress test. Vulnerability, whether this platform or this system can be hacked into without difficulty or with difficulty. Stress, how many people can it carry? What is quantum of traffic it can carry? So these are the tests that are left for them. So we now had to ask them to go back to these places, form committees with them. Education took them on the issue of 2009 agreement, which is renegotiation of their condition of service in the main, emolument, their remuneration, allowances. Therefore, salaries, incomes, and wages, Ministry of Finance that produces the money are involved. So they went back. So that's where they are. We called what we call Tripartite Plus meeting, based on presidential directive that the Chief of Staff, myself, Finance, Education, find a solution. That meeting held in the banquet hall. the labor correspondents, you were all there. And we gave an instruction again for them to go back and come back with time. So as I speak to you, as the arbitrator or conciliator in chief, I have not gotten back any of the reports from education, from salaries, incomes, and wages, nor from ASUU, because they're also supposed to report to me if they need anything untoward going on. I have not gotten any report. So, but on the government side, we are calling up a meeting tomorrow so that everybody in government side can report if he or she has a problem, so we know how to address it. So it is not true that nobody is talking to ASUU, as this chief labor correspondent have alluded to. It's totally wrong. He knows we are talking to ASUU. He also knows that other unions are accusing us of preferential treatment, and I'm happy he said so by himself. This is because these other unions have also claimed that they have developed their own payment platform and that they will not use UTAS, even if UTAS is good. And they have put it down in writing and say they have developed their own platform. So what government has done at the last meeting was to say, NIDA, test the 3 platforms and rate all of them and give us back a report. Their term expired last Friday, the time they were given. That's why we are calling them all up to come tomorrow and brief us. So from your question even, you can see that the situation, like the Minister of Information told you 2 weeks ago or so, is very complex. But we are navigating it. We are taking it step by step so that we don't ruffle feathers. We are interested in our children going back to school. And if ASUU and other unions in the university system want to comply with the labor laws of the country, the land, once I have apprehended a dispute and brought it to my table, you return to what is called status quo ante bellum. You go back from war and start teaching your students while this is work in progress. So even as they have abandoned their jobs, all of them, and the children are at home, discussions and work is still going on. It's work in progress. So they should have stayed back to work while we are doing all this. So this is the situation with the ASUU and other union palaver. We are not giving any preferential treatment to anybody. The remuneration being looked at, if government decide to up, which they will do, which government is ready to do, if we decide to raise their packages, it will be holistically done for the university unions because they're all in the same environment. And we know also that once you do it in universities, the polytechnics will come. We also know that the colleges of education will come. The whole educational sector. And once you finish with the educational sector, we also know that the health system will come. So it's complex, like he said. And so we are not afraid of handling it because government will do the needful. They have to do within the available resources they have. But for me as conciliator, I will sit there. If government does the one that is not proper and not very good, I will say. If the unions don't do the one that is also not good, I will tell them. So I'm friend to nobody. I'm not friend of government and I'm friend of the unions. But I like it that way. No, let me finish now. The portal management committee will manage the portal. Somebody asked that. There will be a management committee and the consultant will still be there for the portal. And the costs for the portal and management and the solutions, the upgrade and everything they're putting in there, whatever, for NSITF, NSITF is 1.2 billion. That's, I think I've finished. So you follow up. But be brief so that we can. Sorry? Yeah. It will be resolved, and very soon. It will be resolved, and very soon. When it will be resolved is that it's the same pattern with that of the health sector, where we have NMA, NARD, JOHESU, all the health allied unions on one side, the doctors on the other side. It's the same picture. You come here, you have lecturers, teachers in the university system under ASUU on one side. You have SANU, Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities. You have NASU, non-academic staff. You have NAAT, National Association of Technologists, academic technologists, on one side. There's rivalry. If you pretend there's no rivalry, it's a lie. Everybody knows there's a rivalry. So by next period, we're going to again bring them together, and what government offers to them will be given to them, will be shown to them, for them to go back to the individual unions. And with that, we'll solve it. That's how we solve the other one, so that we handle it holistically, not in pockets anymore. Thank you. It's already, I told you it's been renegotiated. The education set up Professor Briggs' committee to look at it and advise education. Education, that's the people that are advising. Then education will bring it to a government committee. And the process is on already. Education has given to Salaries, Incomes and Wages and Finance and Budget Office what ASUU demanded. And they have also asked the government side to give them what they can do in what is called counter offer in a CBA. So they will see the counter offer. It's negotiation. Negotiation based on ability to pay by the employer. Thank you.